You probably heard about affirmation and you probably even tried it for yourself. Some people swear by them. They say their affirmations every day with no missing a day. And other people really can't get into them and maybe don't even understand what they're for. So today I'm going to talk about affirmation. What are they for? Why are they useful? And why you should consider using them even if you've never done so before. So let's go, let's take a step backwards. So affirmations, what are they? They are positive statements or phrases that people repeat to themselves with the goal of influencing their mindset and behaviors. They usually used to boost, I'm reading actually, they used to boost self-esteem, build confidence, and or reframe negative thoughts. And this is so important because in a minute I will show you a little demo, but negative thoughts, they come in all the time and we can't stop them. Most of the time we don't even notice that they come in. So we don't know that they're there. We don't know how to, we don't know that we need to change. And a lot of the time well, what tends to happen is that we follow the negative thoughts and our mood and our feelings, they get down as well. And all of a sudden we find ourselves in a spiral that we can't come out of. So what we are saying here is that these affirmations are here to help change all of that. They help to lift us from this place that we are, where we at. So the idea is that by regularly repeating these statements, you can help shape your subconscious mind and encourage a more positive outlook. So let's look at some examples of affirmation. So if you wanted to look at self-confidence, for example, you could say to yourself, I am capable and confident in everything I do. And then you repeat it to yourself, I am quite capable, I am confident. I'll start this again. I am capable and confident in everything I do. I am capable and confident in everything I do. And you just, you write it down for yourself and you repeat it as many times or as often as you like. There's no limits. But in a minute, I'll tell you a little story. Okay, if you wanted to change your mindset, you could say something like, I choose to focus on what I can control and let go of what I cannot, for example. Um, yeah. So, for achieving goals, maybe I am determined and persistent and I can achieve anything I set my mind to. These statements, when you listen to them, they sound a little bit silly, for sure. But the magic is in really what happens when you start saying them. Now, I don't usually use affirmations, but in a minute, I will tell you a story of what I did and how it did actually work. Okay, so why should we use affirmations? So affirmations can help challenge negative thoughts. They counteract self-doubt and negative thinking. They reinforce positive phrases. Sorry, they reinforce positive habits. And by repeating positive phrases, you're more likely to act in ways that align with those beliefs. So the thing is that, okay, let me show you what I actually mean. This is a visual explanation. I created it earlier. So imagine that this is your mind and negative thoughts just come in and they come in all the time, one after the next. And they just build up, build up, build up, build up. And we don't even recognize, we don't know, we really don't realize that we have all of these negative thoughts all the time. They're so automatic, it's such a habit. But this is this is it. What we are saying with affirmations, that what happens is this, and I hope you can see it properly because it's probably mirrored. But the idea is that the negative thoughts are coming in, but they can't stay because we can't hold two thoughts at the same time. We can't have a negative thought and a positive one. So when you say your affirmation, your negative thoughts come in and they go out. They come in, they keep on coming, but they can't stay. You can't entertain them anymore. So when you create affirmations that work for you and you keep repeating them, what happens is that you boost your mood, your motivation, you get into a better mindset, you get into really a better place. Now, because you can't hold two different thoughts, it means that by default, your brain always goes into the thought and negative thought that you usually have. But when you start bringing in the affirmations, it means that now the brain has a new and a positive things to latch onto. And by repetition, you actually create a more positive mindset. Affirmations can be used for anything and everything. They can be used for, boosting your moods and finding better mental health, and for achieving your goals, and for getting a better health, and for finding a partner. Um, and all of this, anything you want, you can use by affirmations. Now, sometimes people say, well, I don't believe it. It's like gratitudes, I say my gratitude every morning and I don't believe it. You know what, people tend to dismiss or belittle things that that they've never done before, they haven't tried, or that doesn't really align with, with the current knowing and current level of knowledge and experience. But I'm saying is that if, based on this, if you see, yeah, if you see that negative thoughts come into your mind all the time, and basically they just sit there, they marinate, and they become your default. So if you notice, if you recognize that you don't like it, let's do something about it. And affirmation is a wonderful thing to do. So when you keep saying your affirmations, you're rewiring your brain, because all of a sudden, instead of just having these negative thoughts, your brain says, okay, I have to entertain a new phrase. And this new phrase is actually, because it's also positive, it rewires your brain and it makes you to, just things differently. Now, affirmations, and I'll tell you really, are very good for people with depression tendencies. And why? Because all of us operate from patterns and habits. We very rarely get up in the morning and say, right, today, I'm going to feel sad about this, or depressed about that, or feel anxious about whatever. It's not conscious. It's not, you know, we're not aware of it. It's not intentional. What does tend to happen is that we get up in the morning and immediately we automatically bring old habits and old patterns. So we get up in the morning like, oh, no, another day, I can't get out of bed. This is so, fill in the blanks, whatever it is that you're feeling. But if as soon as you get up in the morning, you start saying your affirmations, because your brain can't hold two thoughts at the same time, your subconscious mind can't hold two thoughts at the same time, two contradicting thoughts, I should say, then all of a sudden what happens is a different drawing that I was going to do earlier, but I dismissed it. What tends to happen is that the negative voice goes down, and all of a sudden you're buzzing with new information, with new ideas, with new motivations. Now, if you repeat it again and again and again, the negative thoughts, they don't have space anymore, because you can't hold, two different thoughts at the same time. So basically what happens is that you're overriding it. You're overriding your negativity with positivity. So this is so important, and especially for people with depression tendencies, because the depression goes down and the positivity comes up. And I'm not saying, if you're suffering from depression and you're going to start saying these things, I'm not saying instantly you're going to forever feel better. But what I'm saying is that you're going to all of a sudden have some space between yourself and this depression, or the negative thoughts, or, negative feelings. When you repeat your affirmations, you can actually change habits. And it also helps you to focus on what you want. So I made an experiment the other day. It was a while back now, but I was watching Jim Carrey, and he was saying that he was telling the story that when he was in grade 2, he went to Sunday school, and the nun said, well, basically it's very simple. When you want something, you ask for it, and then you say what you're going to give in return. So he said, okay, I want a bike. My family can't afford a bike. I want a bike, this particular brand new type of bike. And in return, I'm going to say my rosaries every day, every night. And that's what he said. And he said 2 weeks later, he came home, and unbeknown to him, a friend of his, entered him in a competition, and he won. And the prize was a bike. So he came into the house, and there in the living room was this brand new bike. And I was like, I'm going to give this a try. So I decided that, I I say to myself, okay, let's see, I'm going to make an experiment, and I'm going to look at, financial, and I'm going to say, okay, I want my wish, what I aim for is to earn or to make a particular amount of money in a month. And every morning I will say my affirmations when I have my shower. So I used an affirmation that I learned from Bob Proctor. If you don't know him, you should definitely look him up. Look him up. The affirmation went like this: I am so happy and grateful, or I'm so happy and excited now that money comes to me easily and effortlessly in increasing quantities from all streams of income. I am so happy and excited now that money comes to me easily and effortlessly in increasing quantities from all streams of income. And I just say it on a loop, whatever, every morning as I was having my shower. First of all, I noticed that, yes, exactly as I was saying to you earlier, regardless of what was going on in my day until my shower, as soon as I started saying these affirmations, everything changed, because now I was focused on these things, and my subconscious mind was getting this, boost of positivity and focus and drive and excitement and all of these things. So mentally, emotionally, I felt a shift, I felt a lift. But what happened was that very soon, all of a sudden, there was this money that was coming in from places. And you think, well, where did that come from? Now, I I I thought it was very interesting, basically. How a tiny little shift in words, that are seriously just words, how much change they can have on you. So I recommend that you do try this for yourself, because I work a lot with people healing helping them to heal the chronic conditions. Um, you know, Affirmations you can say are things like, I fully and completely trust my body that it knows, to heal me. Um, I just made that up, so I'm not exactly sure is this the best one, but it's one. This is where we are headed. This is where we are headed. I fully trust my subconscious mind that it knows the best for me, or I am fully capable of healing myself. Things that are positive. And if you think about even just about this last sentence, I trust my subconscious mind to heal myself. How much of a difference this is to what we usually say to ourselves, which is, you know, will I ever get better? I can't believe I'm feeling this way. Why me? Life is so unfair. So even if we're no longer recognizing that we are using all of these negative words, we have these thoughts all the time. And now with these affirmations, we are sending them away. They come in and they go away. They come in and they go away, and we're not entertaining them, which means that we are overriding everything. And I urge you to make an experiment. Go to, I don't know, there's so many affirmations out there. So Google for yourself, affirmations for finance, affirmations for good health, affirmations for, whatever it is that you want, and give yourself 2, 3 weeks of doing this daily, and notice for yourself the change in everything, in your mood, in the thing that you were asking for yourself, in really bringing in some lightness. So I really, really, really hope that you took something positive from this video. My name is Einav Avni, and I am working as Untangled Healing or Untangled Coaching. And I mainly, but not only, I work with people suffering from chronic conditions to help them heal or reduce their symptoms. I use the emotion code, body code, and belief code to really help clear blockages from our energy field and bring in lightness, joy, alignment, all of that. This is all I wanted to say for today. So thank you for watching. If you have any comments, any questions, please do leave them in the section below. Please do like, share, comment, all of that. You being here means a lot, and it helps. It helps the world. We all need to hear more about these positive things. And I'll just also mention that gratitude is very similar, because gratitude also overrides negativity. Something to think about, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful rest of the day.